Hey guys, my name is Victoria Bardovich and I am the director of Yoni Elixir. It's a woman's lubricant that is organic and it helps you connect into your feminine energy. So in this video, I want to share with you 10 little steps that I use, the little micro habits to connect in with my feminine energy. So the first one is actually connecting in with Yoni Elixir through my heart space. So actually one of the practices that I will do is I'll just stop and I'll slow down and I'll just connect into my heart by placing a hand on my heart, taking a big deep breath. And you just start to track as you actually do this that your system actually starts to wind down. You go from this hyper-productive energy where you're in the world and you're doing lots of things, and you just start to feel more softness in your body by connecting in with your heart like this. The second one that I'll do is actually just allowing myself to walk a little bit slower in my day-to-day life. So as I'm walking around, if I notice that I'm in a rush, I need to get somewhere very quickly, I'll just start to track actually how important is it that I get there this quickly. Because if I get there and I'm in this rushing energy, the chances I'm going to spend my whole day in that rushing energy. Whereas if I can create enough space to actually slow down and walk in a much more slower pace, what you'll start to experience is that you're experiencing more of your feminine body and you're allowing that energy to actually just be more circulated through you instead of letting your mind drive you to being somewhere else. So this is another thing that I'll do. So it can be very easy to get into scrolling, into watching lots of things on the internet, and something that I'll often do if I notice myself in that habit is I'll take a shift over to coming into more of my feminine energy. And what that means is actually taking away the screen, putting on some music, and then just connecting in with that music through my body. So realistically, all of these little tips that I'm sharing with you are actually about connecting into being more in your body. And this is where the feminine energy lives. Anytime that we're actually turning our energy toward outwards and looking outwards, what we're doing is actually bringing ourselves into this hyper-productive energy. So this brings me to number 4. So one of the things that brings us more into our masculine energy is being like very productive and needing to do lots of things in a day. So what I'll try and do is take at least one day a week when I'm actually like switching off from all to-do lists, and anything that I feel like I need to do on that day, I'll just put it on the list to do it in the next day or the week coming. And on the side of this day, what I'm focusing on is actually letting myself feel more. So that feeling body is actually one way of connecting into what's actually happening inside of me. So I'll take a breath and I'll slow down and I'll just start to feel what is actually happening for me beneath the layers of all the things I need to do to be productive and to be somebody in the world. And I'll just start to shift in that energy towards the inwards and start to feel, okay, what is alive now in this moment? And it just really brings me more into the present, and the present moment is really where the feminine lives. So this brings me to number 5. So number 5 is actually about stirring the energy inside of me. So a lot of the feminine energy actually lives in the womb space, and because of the hyper-productive reality we live in, it's very easy to bring our energy up into our minds. But what we want to do is actually descend this energy all the way down into the womb space. And you can do this by bringing circles through the hips, circles through the womb, and then actually just taking more breath in this space. The number 6 is actually going to be about connecting into your face. So we actually hold a lot of tension in our face. And actually what I've noticed when I've been working with people with yoni massage is that there's a lot of tension that lives inside of the cheeks, inside of the cheeks in here, and tension that lives in the face that actually lives inside of the yoni. And the more we actually open the energy up through the yoni, the more it actually relieves tension through the face, and vice versa. So number 6 for me is all about opening up the energy inside of the face. And I'll do this by just stretching out the energy through my cheeks. And actually by just letting go some of the stress that's caught up inside of my body and some of the tension actually allows for more of my emotions to move. And my emotions moving is actually a really big like micro habit of the feminine energy actually being able to circulate through you more. So number 7 is all about connecting into what it feels like to actually write from a different place. So often when we write, we're writing to somebody a message, or we're getting into that space of I need to do something again. And what we're wanting to do when we're connecting into that, into our writing, is actually tapping into our creative energy. So our creative energy, instead of it being something that is productive, it's just writing for the sakes of exploring a new part of the self. So you can do this through journaling. You can also do this by creating a little fictional story about some aspect of you. And this actually brings me to number 8, which is the archetypes. So when I explore through creative writing, I often start to see archetypes illuminating in me. And this is a lot of what the feminine actually is. It's not one thing. It's ultimately everything. And so we're wanting to access more of that experience of like, what is the archetypal energies that want to be explored to allow more of the feminine to come forward. And the beautiful thing about the feminine, we think it's very pretty and we think it's going to be this like beautiful, soft experience. Sometimes the feminine is raw, sometimes it's wild and rageful, and that part of the feminine wants to be seen also. So it's accessing what is the archetypal energies that's come through your creative writing or through just being in your body and connecting in more to your womb that actually wants to be expressed more. This is like one of the ways that we work with this. And then like number 9 is going to be the practice. So the practice that I want to offer to access more of these archetypal energies is a self-pleasure practice. And the self-pleasure practice is about connecting into this archetypal energy. Let's say it's the hag, the queen, the princess. There is so many different aspects of the feminine. It could be even working with like the deities like Lakshmi or something like this. And what you want to be doing is actually connecting into that energy inside of yourself and bringing that embodiment through your self-pleasure practice. So if it's more of the wrathful, raging part of you, it's just like screaming and thrashing and moving the energy through the body to access more of this part of you. And if it's more of like the queen, perhaps it's like coming into the mirror and actually embodying the grace and the poise of your queen energy as you're bringing your body into more pleasure. And that was what brings me into number 10. Number 10 is about pleasure. So pleasure in all forms, taking time out of your day to eat beautiful food, taking time out of your day to touch your body in a very seductive, connective way, taking time to actually bring this softness to the people in your life, this nurturance to the people in your life. So whatever that looks like for you, what you often find when you're cultivating more of your feminine energy is that it's just as potent to bring that nurturance through yourself and to other beings as well. And you can do that through touch. You know, if it's your children, just bringing them close and just bringing them into some of the softness that you've cultivated in your body. If it's your lover or your partner, it's just about like letting them actually be a witness to what you have cultivated inside of your body. So taking time out and saying, hey, I would love you to actually just be with me as I connect into this part of myself. And then just offering that space of that exquisite, finite energy that you, infinite energy that you are actually cultivating inside of your body. And just letting them experience the transmission of you in that deep feminine energy. All right, hope this was helpful. Drop me some comments below and definitely grab yourself a bottle of Yoni Elixir to connect into that very exquisite feminine energy inside of you.